Welcome, everyone. I know that our presenter today is scrambling to get out a notice to everyone to protect us all about the things that will be discussed today. That sounds pretty ominous, doesn't it? But he, unfortunately, Sebastian thought that this call was an hour later. That's my fault, I'm sure, because Arizona doesn't do the fallback. We stay on the same time. So we're only 2 hours difference now between Eastern time when we probably had Sebastian on before. It was a 3 hour difference. So yeah, so it is at 10 a.m. on Arizona time, whichever time zone we happen to be sharing at the moment. So right now we're on Mountain Time. So, but yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. We'll get started in just a minute. Sebastian, do we need to wait until your admin sends that email out? Do you want to, because he doesn't need to send it to all 150 if only 20 of us are here today.
So Bill is my assistant, and he used to be my compliance officer 15 years ago. So I'll ask Bill. Bill?
Ask him to just send me a list of everybody that was on the call.
Yeah, he just wants to have a list of everyone that was on the call so we can send out the Reg BI notes and that will be suffice.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. I can start putting the list together, but Bob's admin also on the call does provide us a list with everybody that participated today. So you'll get a copy of that since you're on the call as well.
Okay, and is this call recorded? That's another thing that the clients asked. That's another thing that the clients asked.
It is recorded, and
Yes,
so
it is.
it is recorded, and so if we want to stop the recording, if that's what you need,
no. We just need to know if it's recorded. That's for compliance purposes.
Yeah, so when you entered the room, it should have said given you the warning that this is
okay.
Yeah, that's
recorded.
That's good. That's all. All right. Do you want me to take it from here or no?
Yeah, well, let's do a quick little introduction. So we do have at least one new person, a new friend that I just met yesterday, in fact. And so welcome, Art, to the group. And another fellow Arizonian down in the Tucson area. So yeah, welcome, Mr. Arthur Jones, and had a great discussion. We had probably scheduled about 45 minutes, and I think an hour and 45 minutes later, we were still wrapping up things. So really good discussion. So welcome to the group, Art, and I'll hopefully you'll get to meet everyone here in the group after the presentation. But yeah, this is the Mastermind Referral Group. We get together once a week on Thursdays, and it's totally free to attend. You're welcome to invite others to attend as well. We love to get together and learn something from someone in the group. So we always have a presenter, and then I've always loved being able to connect people with others, and kind of been one of my superpowers is that I know a guy, and now with social media that becomes several thousand people that we now connected with. And so if there's anyone in my network that you're trying to get connected with or would be a good referral for you, please just let me know who I can help connect you with, and then obviously within the group here get to know each other better here as well. But like I said, we always do have some great presentations. I've been looking forward to Sebastian presenting today. So he is an expert in late stage funding, kind of pre-IPO. One of these days, I hope to be calling him up and saying, "Hey, I'm at that stage now. Let's take this thing public." And so it's maybe you're already at that point in your venture, or maybe you're going to always stay, private and not go through an IPO. But Sebastian even has programs for that as well. So we'll turn the floor over to you, Sebastian. I'm sure we're going to have a few questions afterwards, and then we'll do some breakouts and get to know each other a little better. Thank you.
Bryce, thank you so much for letting me present my company and everything that we have. So we're kind of in the boring world as far as advertising. We're not allowed to advertise what we do, in major aspects. So, but I'm going to keep it short, suffice. And then if anyone has a question specifically about an industry or a company, kindly email us or call us, and then we can better help your understanding of what you want to understand. So just give you a quick background about myself. I've been a registrar for 24 years, so I'm going on 25 years. I started out when I was 18 years old as a broker. So I went through the whole gamut of becoming a registered rep. And then I went to becoming a branch owner, which is a huge responsibility. And then a branch, excuse me, a branch manager, branch owner, and then, now what I do right now and what I try to help people understand in investments is private equity. So private equity it's very speculative. That's the first disclosure I'll give you. And hold on one second. Now, Bryce, do I have the capability of sharing my screens?
Yeah, so I've got it on multiple participants. So you should be able to just share perfectly. Yep.
Can everyone see this disclosure first?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just read that. Go ahead. You done? No? So if you could imagine with finance, it is so regulated that, again, you don't see too many commercials for Merrill Lynch or all the big companies because just the fact that we're so regulated. But I can give you kind of like a snapshot of what we do and how we can be possibly an asset for you. So hold on one second, stop the share. So why private equity? Private equity. So you have companies that are looking to move forward, the late stages of going public. That takes a lot of time. You start out as a company, you might be an entrepreneur, and then you get to the spot where you want to go public, So what our company does, New Age Venture Capital, is we're looking for late stage pre-IPO companies to invest into. I'm going to give you a snapshot of our website. So that is available to you. But the opportunity is there. There are companies that have pursued so far and then they want to go public. Now, when you go public, it's different being private. When you're a private company, you don't have to disclose much of anything. But when you go public, now everything is available. So we look for late stage pre-IPO opportunities. Again, this is a time frame that we're looking for. It's not always the case. We're looking for 12 to 18 months. But there's a lot of regulations that these companies have to go through. So the SEC may hold you back for a couple of years, a couple of months. Again, there's no I hate this use the word, but there's no guarantees, So, but these companies that you probably know, all right. So that's why we specialize in that field, because these companies are like, oh my God, this is a great company. How do I get involved? Well, you can't invest your money until it's public, but you can invest if it's private. That makes sense. All right. So again, I'm just going to go through my website. And if anyone has a specific question about a company, please feel free to contact me and Bill. Bill's my assistant. We will better let you understand what we're doing and if we have an answer to your question. But let me share my screen with our website. Hold on one second. All right. So can everyone see New Age Venture Capital?
Yeah.
Breck. Good. All right, cool. All right. So this is our website. And again, with finance, you can't really, we're not promoting anything. If you have questions about our company, you are very free to call us and ask us about a specific company or an investment. So New Age Venture Capital, we're a hybrid, which is great. All right. Why did I pick this company to work with them? We have the ability to do pre-IPOs, investment banking, wealth management. So wealth management, that's the easy one. All right. So if you want to have a wealth management person look over your investments, we're a company that you can look at after reviewing us, and you go down the list, you say, hey, this is something I want to do. I want to just put money in, and hopefully that you do a good return on my investment. Investment banking. All right. So that's kind of which I love is if you have a company that may want to go public or may want to raise capital, investment banking is great. So a lot of us, we're all entrepreneurs, work for a company. Investment banking may be the way that we want to move forward and what we want to do, so that raises capital from other investors that you're not able to capture normally. And then you have pre-IPOs. So pre-IPOs, again, I spoke about this, which, by the way, private equity, just as a disclosure, it's not very liquid. So you're investing your money, you're hoping these companies go public, or there's someone that's going to, possibly do an acquisition or buy you out. So this money's frozen, and a lot of us, I don't know on this call, but if we're dealing with real estate, that's kind of like the norm. But the pre-IPO investments are not liquid. So you have to wait to see what happens. And again, our company deals with these three segments of the market that can help you diversify your funds, can attract specific investments. And again, we've had some great companies we've dealt with, and we've had some companies that didn't go full cycle. So the structure of our investments for our clients are that you're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen next. And if that's not something that's for you, you should never invest into it. And I say never, don't invest into it. A lot of people say, well, I'd rather buy a stock. I'd rather buy a company that's publicly traded. That's great. At least you know what's happening real time, and there's a chance for you to have liquidity back. Private equity is kind of the up and coming companies that we feel are going to be great for the public markets. So again, it's a timing thing. It's not for everyone, but we do have a hybrid. So we have the wealth management side that you can go in and speak to one of our specialists in wealth management. And then you have the investment banking side if you're a company that's looking to raise funding. And then you have the pre-IPO companies that, again, we will share with you if that's something that you're looking to do as far as your investment side. I think, again, that's something that sparked my interest, because I was, a registered rep for a long time, 24 years. And then you have this pre-IPO side that came in, and, it's interesting, but it's not for everyone, So again, without going too much into detail, you can, I'm sharing this screen as far as our website. You can go and see some of the deals we've participated in, and we are not recommending any of these companies, so you understand. But I think you'll be very interested about what we have to offer. And again, I have to specify this like a million times, is that it's not for everyone. It's not. Most of these investments are not liquid. So what does liquid mean? Is that you can't just cash out. You have to hold on to these investments for a long time. and time can do a lot of things. It can make these companies go public. It may not make these companies go public. So we've been in situations where both of those things happen. You know, we're looking to participate in a company that's going to public, and it went public, and then there's times where companies freeze and they wait for an opportunity. So again, these are a specific type of investors that we're looking for, and they have to understand the risk and rewards of the investment. Our job is to give you as much information that we have, you know, and that's great too, is that we actually speak to a lot of these companies. We actually get the CEOs of the companies on a Zoom call that, you know, our investors can participate and then ask questions. So that's basically what I can tell you about private equity versus public entities. You know, public, you can buy something in your own account or use a broker, versus private, which there's not a lot of disclosure. There's not a lot of information that you can get as much as you can get on a public side. You know, so if that makes sense, again, if you want to reach out to me, want to reach out to Bill. Bill's my assistant. Please call me at the office, and then we will help you better understand what we offer.
Awesome. Yeah. So, any questions for Sebastian? We've got a couple of finance experts on this call. So, Mike, your hand went up first. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm not a financial expert, Sebastian, but my next door neighbor is attending Oxford in the MBA program, and I asked him what he does, and he told me that he takes early stage funding companies to $1 billion in sales and then to an IPO. Is that somebody that is a competitor, or is that somebody that is a potential collaborator? Would you like to connect? What are your thoughts on that?
My answer to that question would be both. All right. So they can be competitive if they invest into a company that we're investing in that's, you know, doing the same thing. And then as far as bringing that discussion to the table, we would look at the company that they're recommending, you know. So it's very hard to say, you know, we're just, you know, recommending something. We're not, you know. So I would say the best thing that you can do is connect myself and Bill on the call. And then we may be able to help. You know, it's a small world in finance too. You know, when you get to these late stage pre-IPO companies, these are very well-known companies. We do not look for angel investors. And what that means is we're not looking for seed money. We're looking for a company that is looking to go public. So if you want to connect me with a company that is 3-4 years away, as far as them going public, that's not something that we specialize in. If you're looking to connect us with a company that may go public in the next 12 to 18 months, that's something that we can have a discussion on.
Okay, can I, if Breck is recording this, if I get a copy, of this meeting, I will be happy to share this segment with him and see if he believes it's appropriate to connect you to. Does that make sense?
Correct. And the first thing that we would do is we would send out our email with Reg BI notes and everything else. So before we would have any conversation, we have to have full disclosure about any company that we, you know, again, we recommend or just specify in, you know, if that makes sense.
It does. Thank you.
I also recommend that people put their information in the chat room so we can also talk to them.
Yes, I agree with that. And again, I'm in a niche field as far as what I can and can't do. But I think I'm in a you know, I would say a very very interesting stage of companies that they're looking to go public. So, if you look at these companies, most of these companies before they went public, they were private, whether it's, any company that you look on the board, that transition is that's my kind of like, my intrigue, why are they going public? What are they looking to do? And you hear the stories, and if it makes sense, if it makes understanding to an investor, they would participate in that field.
So when you're talking about late stage, this is somebody that's they've already completely gone through at least 2 rounds of funding.
Maybe more. Okay. So the series A, B, C, D, E, F, and it go on forever, So if a company is, the companies have to have you have an exit point, their exit point is we would like to go public, but we don't know if we can. Right. So, we don't participate in the early stages of an investment, or say our company that is looking to acquire investment. We're looking for, hey, this is our goal is to go public in 12 to 18 months, 24 months, and it can take forever. It may not go public, right? So we're looking for that late stage pre-IPO phase. And 3 years ago, it was a great place to be because a lot of companies went public. And then what happened in the last few years, with COVID, a lot of companies paused to go public because the markets were uncertain. So these companies pick of what they want to do. If they feel that it's not the right time to go public, they may delay for 2-3 years. So what happens to your investment? You're delayed. So we look for companies that are on the brink of going public, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Other questions for Sebastian?
Sebastian, it sounds terribly complicated.
It is. But go ahead.
I'm trying to see comfort, and I'm not. It's not jumping at me.
There's the comfort. The comfort is based upon your individual threshold of your risk management. So if you're conservative and you just want to park your money into something that's fixed income, this will not be a great investment for you. But we do have wealth management, which may be for you. So again, we're a hybrid. But again, this is not for everyone, So what's my specialty? Again, I went to the pre-IPO market, and it's not for everyone. It probably has a small niche of people that may willing to participate or invest into. So you're right. It's not for everyone. Now, if you want to speak about wealth management, you want to speak about other things, that's a different category. But what I specialize in is we look for companies that are looking to go public, and probably, again, they're companies that you very well know, so you go, oh my God, this company is looking to go public. That's what we specialize in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions? Arthur, I know you've got to jump off real quick. Give a 1 minute who you are, what you do, so people can get to know you. And you'll come back and you'll present to us in a later week. But before you have your next meeting started, just a quick introduction.
Well, thanks, Breck. My name is Arthur Jones. I'm based in Tucson, Arizona. I have a narrative approach to leader development, essentially helping, beginning with the thesis that we're all leaders. Whether you're working in a cubicle or you're founding a business, we're leaders, and we have to be good communicators. We have to be confident communicators, and we have to see the people that we communicate with. We have to hear them, understand them, and most importantly, respect and trust them. And when we do that, reciprocity kicks in and we earn their respect and trust in return. And my narrative approach sets us up to achieve that. And that's, I hope, what I'll come back on the 28th and we'll spend 20 minutes talking about how we achieve that for the leaders that we serve.
Awesome. Thanks, Art. Appreciate you coming today.
Thanks. Nice seeing everybody. Bye for now.
So we'll go ahead and go around the room and make some introductions for everyone else too. I just knew that Art was new to the group and had another meeting he had to jump onto at 10:30 here in Arizona. But just wanted you all to have the opportunity to meet him real quick. But yeah, let's go around. We have a small enough group that we can just stay in the same room. I don't think we need to do the breakout rooms. It's kind of more fun to hear from everybody anyway, sometimes this way. But please always make sure that you put your information up in the chat so that it is easy for us all to connect with you if we want to set up one-to-ones. And please also meet Sebastian in the chat if you have additional questions. I didn't mean to cut off questions. If there's still some percolating in your brain right now, just meet Sebastian in the chat and chat with him there, get your questions answered and responded to today. But let's go around and let's start. Autumn, why don't you go first? You come off mute and introduce yourself to everybody and tell us what it is you do.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving last week. My name is Autumn. I'm the owner of A to Z Business Solutions. I specialize in bookkeeping, business consulting, and tax preparation, and I serve both businesses and personal tax prep. And so, yeah, I'm the boring one. I deal with all the stuff that nobody likes to deal with, but I love it. So, and I love cleanups. Tax and bookkeeping cleanups are my specialty. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, awesome to have you here. And Janice Lundy, you're up next on my screen. If you want to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Hi, yes, good morning, everyone. My business is Professional Revenue Solutions. I work with medical doctors, or doesn't necessarily have to be a doctor, but medical providers. I have a variety of services I bring to their practice that will increase their revenue. It will add and improve patient care. Example, I have too many to mention today, but the one I'm focusing on now is we have a new unique wound care solution. So providers who now are currently referring out wound care, it's currently not very profitable for the doctor. Are you guys getting feedback?
Yeah, I muted the feedback.
Okay, sorry. Currently, wound care is not terribly profitable. There is slow healing, no healing, a lot of difficulty with it. We have a unique turnkey solution we can bring into the office. So now providers, instead of referring out to a wound care clinic, they can do it in-house. We get up to 50% faster healing. There's no money up front for the provider, which is unique in that area. It's usually a huge inventory, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're laid out. There's none of that with our system. So that's one of the many services. For that, I'm looking to meet podiatrists, primary care, dermatology, nurse practitioners can do this, mobile docs, a wide variety. So hope to get to know all of you better.
Yeah, I was hoping you're going to talk about wound care, because that's a service that we're looking at bringing into the Foy Wellness clinics as well. It'll literally double their revenue just with a couple of referrals from. Exactly.
It doesn't take very many patients to be extremely profitable with the wound care.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Cheryl McBride, you're up next on my screen.
Hey, did you know that you are leaving money on the table? Did you know there's a place you can put money into an account that you can borrow from? We just help families. Well, we help families and small businesses to take care of their people, take care of their family, take care of their employees. and let them have a chance to take a deep breath and have everything in place for when they walk off the planet. I'm here for you. If you're ready, you don't have to be 500,000. We work with middle America, so I'm happy to serve. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Cheryl. And Cindy Gordon, you're up next.
Good morning, everybody. So nice to see some faces that I haven't seen in a while. So I'm so happy to be here. My name is Cindy Gordon. My company is Gordon Health Group. I am an independent health insurance agent, and it is open enrollment season. So I am really glad to be here, taking a little break. But I work with individuals, families, and small businesses to, first of all, educate them on alternatives to traditional health insurance plans. My objective is to help people keep as much money in their pocket and sometimes even get the insurance to give them extra money back. There are so many unique solutions out there that are so much better than traditional insurance, but ultimately it comes down to what's going to give you the coverage that you need and what's going to give you peace of mind. So I help people sort that all out. Again, Cindy Gordon, Gordon Health Group. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for being here. Misa, you're up next. We can't hear you. So you're off mute, but we're not getting sound, unfortunately. If you want to, yeah, make sure we'll come back to you. Check. So on your options, you see where you can mute yourself and unmute. There's a little up arrow. If you click on that up arrow, you can choose what your microphone that you want to be on. So if you're using a computer, laptop, or something like that, make sure you're choosing the right microphone. I'm using my blue Snowball today. That's the microphone I'm on. So, but yeah, we'll come back to you as soon as you figure that out. Because we would love to have you introduce yourself to you. So to the group here. So up next on my screen, I've got Mr. SpeedNetworkingLeads.com. Mike Hayes. Mike and I are working on a project right now. I'm just going to put a quick plug in. If you know any retired, let's start with NBA players first. If you know any retired basketball players that played in the league for at least 3 years, Mike wants to interview him. We want to get him onto the podcast. We've got an amazing program that we want to help promote whatever their latest project is. And Mike's got a tremendous background in sports broadcasting. He's a real pro, has multiple awards for that. And that's not even what he's going to probably even talk to us about today, but that is a little of his back history. But Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Breck. Yeah, I spent since I was 22 and started with NBC in New York as a staff documentary director. I've spent my entire life working with peak performers in all aspects of life. And I've had the opportunity to interview people like Oprah Winfrey to Tony Robbins to admirals of the NATO fleet to astronauts and everybody in between. And as Breck mentioned, not only interviewing peak performer athletes, but at the peak of their careers at the Masters, the Super Bowl, World Series. And I've always been known as the network king because I didn't know everything about media and marketing, but I knew everybody who knew everything about it. So I've created how speed networking leads to riches and everything your business needs and wants ASAP to save time and make more money. And I'm creating a new website. I'll be speaking, I believe, next week, right here. And so I'm creating this website that has a very holistic approach to everything about how speed networking leads to more leads, how it leads to sales, it leads to business opportunities, potential partnerships. The list goes on and on. And I can do this with or without artificial intelligence. I've totally become infatuated with artificial intelligence, and I understand that we are in a position with artificial intelligence, not of advocacy, but of inquiry. And that's very different. So there's a lot to learn about artificial intelligence, and that's part of what I'm going to be explaining and documenting with speed networking leads. So I look forward to speaking here next week.
Two weeks. In 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, on the 14th, December 14th. Next week is Cheryl McBride.
More time to finish it. So
yeah.
I'll be more prepared. Thank you, Breck.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And the interview with Stephen Hunter, former center basketball player for the Phoenix Suns, has an event that got moved up. It's actually happening today because the Suns need the gym for, I don't know, practicing or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to do a post interview with Stephen rather than the pre-interview for his event. But
cool.
Yeah. So, Patrick, you're up next.
Hello. Thank you for all the good work, and a big shout out to you and to Bob for all the good work you guys are doing. Look, I have the privilege of being part of a team of ethical global health entrepreneurs who care and show people how to live better, to believe in themselves, and to love what they do. And I'm looking to partner with peak performers. And my details are in the chat. But the question I have for this group is, do doctors trust themselves? So I'm sure you'll be able to help me out there, Breck.
Yeah, no, that's why it's called practicing medicine, right? Yeah. So someone that knows a lot about that and probably knows some better ways to practice your own personal health is Armand. You're up next.
Okay, thanks. I don't know about that, but anyways, okay, as a certified longevity coach, I basically guide individuals toward an enduring well-being and also the desired physique they'd like to have. It's always good to have both. And this is cultivated through a holistic approach that encompasses, you need to have proper mindset, nutrition, supplementation, exercise, recovery, sleep, and then hormone optimization for sustained results. And so my mission is really to assist those people that, they find it very challenging to comprehend the strategies for reducing body fat, enhancing energy levels to keep them consistent, restoring and increasing muscle tone. You need muscle as we age. This overall helps boost your confidence and really helps to mitigate and slow down the effects of aging. If we slow down aging, we slow down disease. So, really driven to assist these individuals that are facing different obstacles by developing customized and personalized strategies that really can enhance their lifestyle habits, which is where it all begins. This is aimed at fostering, again, lasting well-being. And this is all collaborated with different medical professionals that also support this mission. So it's a medically designed and science-based strategy depending on the lab work that we get back. So that's it for me.
Yeah, it's awesome. But actually utilizing science to tell us where somebody is in a baseline, put them on a program, and then retest to show them the improvement. It's perfect. It's how every system should work. So excellent. Thanks for being here. Rudy, you're up next. If you want to come off mute, introduce yourself.
Definitely. So I'm Rudy Gargioni, and I teach people how money works. All the things that we should have learned in school, but they never actually got around to teaching us. I have a tagline, and it's finance is not an F word, because I want people to be able to talk about their finances and their financial future from a place of empowerment, not a place of fear. So financial literacy is the crusade that I'm on, because it is absolutely crazy how little we're actually taught. And I also found out that is a multi-generational issue, and that genuinely surprised me. So starting with education and moving along from there, I aim to have impact generationally with people, connect them with products and services as well to help them with their goals in a faster, better way. And at the end of the day, make generational wealth more commonplace. I'm Rudy Gargioni, changing the discussion around money, one family at a time.
Awesome. Thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you being here. So Damar, you're up next. Damar's a great friend and pharmacy consultant. He's been in the industry even a couple of years longer than me.
You're being very generous there, Breck. Yeah, my name again, I'm Damar Lewis. I'm a pharmacist of over 40 plus years. And but I am now helping small businesses, pharmacies in particular, to really focus on generating more profits so that they spend less time in their business and are really working more strategically on their business. Very much in line with this, speaker talked about today. About really getting a more mature company that's generating sustainable revenues. And so if you know of company that is struggling, looking for ways and opportunities to increase more profits without spending more dollars on marketing and advertising, I'd love to talk to them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for being here tomorrow. Our smartest group of people I've ever worked with, pharmacists, the PharmDs, doctors of pharmacy, they absolutely are so smart, absolutely horrible at marketing their businesses. And so Damara's getting in there to help with that. And another supporter of my industry and a partner in my community pharmacy roundtable, Scott Lamphere, you're up next.
Hey, Breck. Well, it's good to be back. I haven't been on the mastermind in a while. Life kind of got in the way, but it's always refreshing to get back here and see the contributions of everybody and how you're kind of the puppet master, and you just attract good people. It's really fun to be around. Real quickly, my company is Germs RX, and we distribute a line of products that's called My Shield, which is kind of the next step in science of how to kill germs. They're all FDA approved and water-based, and what they do is they kill germs physically and not chemically anymore. So you can throw away your alcohol sanitizer and your bleaches and everything else. We have a way to create basically a germ-free bubble for you to take a breath in finally, not worry about is this protected or that protected, whether it's your skin or it's your surfaces and it's non-porous or porous surfaces. I have laundry additive products that can put in the fibers a germ-fighting thing that will last for over 100 washes. So and we're negotiating with the EPA to figure out exactly how many days we're able to say on the label. I have disinfectants that'll last more than a month without reapplication, killing germs. Again, all water-based, no chemicals, and they just work. And I should be able to point to my new website here very shortly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So this one bottle right here replaces about 60, 70 bottles of alcohol based hand sanitizer. Love the product. Good product. So thanks, Scott. Appreciate you being here. Another person that's going to help eventually when we finally get the pharmacy hub launched for our pharmacies and helping put together a process for marketing their pharmacy is Colin. Colin, you're up next.
Hello, everybody. Colin Daly. First of all, a couple of people, Autumn and Janice, I'll be connecting with you. I've got potentially some opportunities for you. But in the meantime, I help business owners, entrepreneurs identify overlooked and hidden profits in their business, especially from the marketing side of the house. And then I help them actually develop strategy, their internal team structure, their delivery, and their go-to-market structure to really align tightly with their customers and create differentiation through a process I call customer empathy. And my goal is really to help struggling business owners, owners and founders or business leaders who are really struggling to continue to spur growth or have kind of lost their love for their business or their practice, and help them reinvigorate that and reinvigorate their growth. So that's what I do. 35 years in the marketing and advertising business. Know everything there is to know about marketing and advertising, and have connections in all aspects of how to go to market really efficiently and effectively. So that's what I am. Thank you. Oh, and I am offering a free session, free hour-long session, where we do basically I call it a clarity session. We get really clear on your specific goals, objectives, obstacles that you're facing, and we'll come up together with a high-level roadmap to help you get on the path of growth. So if you're interested, my contact info is in the chat.
Yeah, if you haven't done a one-on-one yet, you definitely need to do one with Colin. His approach to making sure that you're covering all the four major, buying methodologies. Because why are there items up around the cash register? Because people are spontaneous. Some people are, and they're just going to grab it because it's right there and they're spontaneous. And then more, next group is going to be more methodical about, and they're going to compare and contrast and look at the ingredients. And then you've got your humanistic people. Somebody told them, like me, how wonderful Scott's product is, and you're going to, adhere, or you're internalize that testimonial that I gave. And then there's also the competitive people that really, hey, you're going to miss out if you don't get onto this opportunity right now. So those four, major buying types that Colin really kind of structures your whole campaign around. So awesome program.
Thanks, Breck.
Got to meet with him. So Moshe, are you available to come on camera and introduce yourself? And if you're not available, you have see, I don't see that Misa's come back yet either. So, there we go. Moshe. We can't hear you either, my friend.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we got him.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone except Patrick. Good evening. So, anyway, I wrote a message to everybody earlier. I meant no disrespect. I'll be glad to meet people, but Mike, I think I may have a lead for you in terms of your quest for basketball players. So let's discuss it sometime.
Wonderful.
Anyway, my name is Moshe Math. I'm a partner in a company called New and Trained Sciences. In 30 seconds, our system looks similar to massage chairs at the airport, but it uses sound, light, and vibration to take your mind and body through a void to relaxation through what they call brainwave entrainment. So I was at a function one time in Massachusetts, Framingham, and someone said to me, "What does your system do?" And I said to her, "You see that glass of wine in your hand?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Our system does what that does without the calories and the after effects." That's just one example, but it really has a role in sports. It has a role in therapy, and we're hoping to get funding for other research as it relates to its effectiveness. So thank you all for your time.
Yep, thanks. Appreciate it, Moshe. Did you figure out your sound?
Can you hear me now?
Yay, yes.
Sorry. When I switched between Team and Google and all the other stuff, it just, it's messed it up somehow. But my name is Misa Tai, and I'm a tax consultant. So I do a little bit more of a niche market where I help company mid-size to the small to mid-size company finding the federal tax credit and sometimes state credit as well. So Moshe, we should talk because there may be opportunity in there that could help you getting some just outright credit from the government. And that just means if you do any of the research, you create a new product, anytime you put into development, some of that may qualify, and then you should be able to file with the tax return. So what I do is a little different. I find niche and then do niche credit and also do overall consulting from a tax perspective, like, which form you should be better off, whether your company should be on an S Corp or C Corp. But I do not do the preparation. So that would be something when I used to have a team, I hand it over to someone like Autumn to take you to the rest of your journey. I will put my information on there. If anyone wants to have a quick discussion, I'll be more than happy to. Thank you.
Perfect. Hey, thanks, Misa. Appreciate you being here. Glad we were able to work out your sound. So I hope everyone is connected on LinkedIn. If you're not connected with me, please, if I haven't sent you an invite, please send me an invite, because we post the event for this meeting. And if you ever have any event or anything that you want traction on and want a lot of people's eyes on, if you'll just give me a heads up about that, just invite me to your event, and then I'll happily promote it. So let's make sure that we're connected on LinkedIn. Happy to promote whatever it is that you have upcoming. Next week on Wednesday is the next community pharmacy new revenue roundtable. If you know anyone that's applicable to, please send them to that, or just comment on the posts about it. If you see that I'm promoting it, hey, give me a thumbs up, like it. That helps it continue to move to the top, and more of our pharmacists will be able to see that. They don't look at social media very often, so we kind of keep it in front of them as often as possible, so that when they do open their phone, they do see that, hey, there's an event coming up. But want to thank Bob and mycity.com for hosting our events. We love having everybody here, and love the time we get together. Missed last week, taking the week off for Thanksgiving. Sorry, Patrick, did you get the faxed turkey that we sent you? We were going to fax you some turkey, I think, right?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I think we'll be eating it in January. It's so big. It's so big.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. So
thanks for the consideration.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. So if you have not taken advantage of the opportunity to do a podcast interview with Bob, they're fun, and it's just another way to get your own brand recognition out. And also, I'll mention too that Bob's team added more than 4,000 connections for me on LinkedIn. So that's a service that he provides as well. So if you're trying to grow your connections, you can target the market. My market was obviously pharmacies, and trying to get connected with them. It's still amazing to me how many pharmacy owners are not using social media, so it was a challenge to target that market and try to capture as many. But we still were able to connect with over 4,000. So use his service if you need that. And Bob, any other final words you have for the group? You're on mute, my friend.
Nice meeting this morning. So really appreciate it. You do a good job, Breck. There's several people that I've used up my 125 limit for the week. So there's several people that are in this meeting, and I see them in the chat. Janice Lundy's one of the individuals. So if you could connect to me on LinkedIn, I'd appreciate it. I'm a LinkedIn lunatic, as I tell everybody. The only other thing I think is kind of pertinent for today's world is I'm a Navy veteran, and so I started a few weeks ago a veterans group on LinkedIn. So if there are any, Phil Singleton I know is a veteran, but I think he dropped off the meeting, so not sure what happened there. But listen, there's 16 million veterans in this country, and the rate of suicide amongst veterans, about 25 a day. My daughter used to work for the VA in Los Angeles, and I started studying the statistics on it. So I think it's understated by the government, but she said the working with veterans was one of the hardest things she's ever done because of the suicide rate. And it's always a payback. They've helped us make it through this amazing country, and I just want to make sure that we're speaking out for the veterans of this country. So that's it.
Can I just comment to Bob real quick? Bob, I do think there are some solutions and some AIs that could really help veterans with their struggles, and something I'd like to network with you about, just to share.
I'd love to. Absolutely. So you and I will have to get on the phone.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yep. I would love to help veterans with what I've learned about AI. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the projects that Bill Walton, the former NBA player, is working on with his optimized outcomes solutions group. It's being used in workers' comp for coaching injured workers back, but it also is the same concept is being used with veterans as well through the VA. So some amazing programs out there. We just got to get them more publicized and get people connected to them. But thank you, Bob. Appreciate you again, and thank you again to your support here, and also thank you for your service. I know it's to you, it seems like it's been 100 years ago, but it's still appreciated. So thank you.
Pretty close.
Sebastian, thank you so much. Appreciate you presenting kind of on the fly today too, because you were expecting to have another hour of preparation. So sorry about the confusion, but thank you for your presentation.
I appreciate to have again have presented today, and we appreciate it. The group is great. It's great because you take a little bit of everyone, and if that could help you in your business or someone else that in your network, I think this is awesome.
Yeah, it is a really good group. Again, make sure that we get connected if you're not already connected on LinkedIn. And that's a really easy way for me to make introductions, is by using that messaging system through LinkedIn and connecting people and making introductions through that. So if you do see anyone that is a first line connection out of my however many connections I have now, it's over 12,000 or something now, but if there's someone there that you want to be connected to, just let me know, and I'm happy to make that introduction for you. But thanks everyone, appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Invite a friend if you want for next week, because Cheryl's going to be presenting to us, and we'll look forward to that. Thanks everyone.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Save the chat.